guys. I know it's laggy and things like that. This is my Redstone world anyway, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. Basically, what I'm going to be showing you is how to make a redstone burner. That's what I've called it, but you can name it whatever you want. This is the most trustworthy thing, and it might have been invented in different ways before, but this is the way I do it, and it actually is kind of nice. So basically what you do is you make this kind of thing. You do two diagonal across from each other, and then the same thing but the opposite on the second layer above it. So you put two redstone things here, some dust, sorry, and then you put a torch here. You can see it burning, but then it just stopped, and put one there. What's happening right now is this torch is burning out. As you can see, it's stopped. It doesn't always stay on. It does restart though every once in a while. You can put a manual start if you want. And there you go. You're good. But basically what happens is this torch goes to this block, powers this, which powers this, and it makes a paradox. But basically, by doing so, the other torch thinks to burn out. Oh, I don't know why it's not working, but let's go over here. Okay, little journey. But this is where I do all my redstone work. I have tons of things here. It's also gonna maybe lag. So here it is. Here's one in use. This one's actually staying on for a significant amount of time. So I've got one to an output, which is going to this note block, and you can hear it. Take a listen. You can see it's kind of sporadic, and if you put this to a redstone repeater on one tick, it does slow it down still because it's a redstone repeater that's not meant to go that fast, but it does make it not too much slower, and yeah, it's not that bad actually if you want to see what it slows down to from this. Okay, it's not really an easy thing to example, actually. I think it's because this redstone dust is powering this anyway, so sorry about that. You can also see one of these in action with this. I don't know what this is, I was just kind of messing around. But basically what happens here is it's going crazy. This piston you can see is just what's going on, you know, and that's not the lag. That happens all the time. It's actually worse when I'm not recording. It just spazzes out. This one is kind of normal but really fast. This one's a little bit slower. And this one, as you can see, it just does weird and random things. I call it my odd redstone pulse generator. This is also something that I can show you. As you can see, this is being powered and keeps going, and it's making these flash. So basically what happens here, I'm sorry, I just poked myself in the eye. But anyway, so basically what happens here is this is something that I made and I was just goofing around, and it actually is kind of useful. It never shuts off from what I've seen anyway. I haven't tested it for that long. Basically, it's a block with a piston and a redstone block. What happens is when it is not powered, it retracts, but when it retracts, it powers itself through this block. As you can see, it goes to this, puts it in the redstone repeater, and goes up. So, you're probably curious, does this work without this repeater? Well, actually it does. As you can see, it's quite sporadic. So that's why I just do this. And yeah, so that's basically the way to do that. As you can see, every time you turn it off, and this is the example here, well, okay, every time I've turned it off, whatever. But it does usually when you turn it off. The block is not attached to it because it's still glitchy, but it looks like it's working fine. This is kind of like a thing in progress. It's kind of like, I've kind of found it a little stupid afterwards. Like, I figured out it's pretty much easy to do, because you can basically just put it through a gate, through a, what gate you call it, you probably know which one I'm building, but I don't remember the name of it, because I am stupid, but, you know, this gate, right here, one that loops back inside of itself. That one, I don't know what it is, but you power that one, and then this one turns on and stuff. You could basically just use it for that, for two sources. What this does is it goes into a piston T flip-flop. This is also a hyper-powered, it had some crazy name, but I just call it a pre-powered flip-flop because it activates really quickly. Basically, you just put this into, it's already powered, and when the button presses, it already goes off and turns right back on and makes its decision immediately, instead of, basically, this is an example of it. So it goes from this to an instant one like this. So it's quite faster. But anyway, as you'll see, this block's here, and really all that happens is this block is switched from this down there for another source. So the door's open, and when I switch it, look over there, and you'll see that the light turns on and the door closes. And now it's down there. So basically it's not too much, but I did use it over here, and this may cause a lot of lag. This has a lot of parts to it. There's no point in it. I just thought it would be cool to see how far I could go with pistons. It doesn't lag in game, but it'll probably lag while recording. So basically I put this on a controlled clock, and thanks to Ethos Lab, because he inspires me, seriously. He also just shows me things that I would have never known existed to use, like this. I found that out from his mini farm, which I have here. I built it, actually, as you can see. I did build it, and this is my shell for it. So, yeah. But I made it from that, so basically when this turns on, this isn't as fluent. It doesn't go back, down, up, side, back, down. It's more like back, down, upside, back, down, upside. You know, it's just kind of, it's spazzy. Let's say that, and you'll see that there. So you can see it, and this is what happens. Oh, I don't know how good that'll be in the recording, but man, it is just weird. Anyway, so that's that. By the way, you're probably thinking, how would you get such a big pulse from just this? Well, the repeaters make it longer, so yeah. But anyway, well, actually, you're probably confused when I said that. Let me explain this. So basically, it goes into this. This comes out here and powers this weird way. This is a very short pulse here, but the redstone repeaters make it longer, and I'll get to that in a second. But when it's down, it just powers this, and by the repeaters, it makes that little thing that goes diagonal. These are extended pulses. This one goes up here, which goes to the pistons, which go up here, and then the other line goes to the ones that control these things down here. So, yeah. I also put diamond blocks there to block up the stuff. But either way, it's just a cool design, nonetheless. Why did I say that? I don't know. This was also off Ethos Lab, just a thing that he used for his recent episode. As you can see, I love him, he's awesome. This is really nothing. This is just a quick thing that I made that I don't know if it'll ever be useful to you, but it's just a compact 3x1x3 little thing. As you can see, this is 3, and then if you go down here, it's 3 blocks this way. It's just basically a 3x3 grid, just this one way. These have 2 things on it, and then when the one's powered, it goes to this one, it turns this one on, and this one off, basically just by going under. Doing so, just basically 2 sources from this one lever. I don't know if it's useful or not. Now, if you're wondering what's over here, yeah, this was my early redstone. I've now moved over here for all my redstone that I actually know what I'm doing. Like, I mean, this time I was just building random stuff and experimenting. But, yeah, like, as you can see, this is just experimentation. Watch this useless thing. It's an instant button maker. All it does is makes buttons. That's all it does. And it only works in creative mode. It's the weirdest thing. Other way, and I have a couple of Goldberg machines. This, by the way, was accidentally mistaken and built in here. Built in here. Not built in here. My God. Just built here. It should be over there, but this is basically something that it's still kind of pointless. Basically, it goes into a hopper, the dropper spits it out into here, goes through the hoppers, and then you get your item right there. Well, in a way, that's what's supposed to happen. There's still items in this dispenser. Let me show you. So you have to step on the pressure plate for each one, see, as you can see, and then let's say, so any of these items can go in it, basically sandstone, pressure plate, iron door, mossy cobblestone, or redstone torch, and as you see, one of those will pop out on the other side. Watch. And watch this. There's the pressure plate. Something really, it's kind of like wireless redstone. These are 2 different systems, but they just work that way, so that's kind of cool. Is there anything complex here? Not really. By the way, these minecarts were something glitch that I did, and it never cleaned itself up. So, yeah. So you're probably curious, what's this? This is just a door. I have an updated version in one of my worlds that I rebuilt it from scratch. But it's pretty accurate to it. It has buttons instead. I put a T flip-flop in there. It's very cramped in there, but I got it. I could show you, but you know, I'm not going to do that. This video is getting pretty long. Other than that, there's not a lot more other than my original light switch, which is a glowstone block, but then after 1.2.5, I'm pretty sure that's when the lamps were introduced. You could be corrected there, but when they were introduced, then I felt like there was no point to it, and there pretty much wasn't a point to it. Especially after making this world, and then 1.1 came out, and then you could do super flat, and then I was like, really? Either way. So yeah. Huh. These come here. Oh well. Anyway, this weather is getting a little bit different now. There's not a lot more things to show. If you have any suggestions for things that I could build, but that you are somebody that doesn't know redstone very well, I'm not the best at redstone, but I know the basic stuff and a few things of the advanced stuff. I'm learning, but if you have any ideas for stuff and you don't know redstone whatsoever, please tell them to me. And other than that, there's really nothing else I need to say. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So any redstone creation ideas that you could give me, please give me them. And yeah, I'd just love it if you did that, even though I don't get a lot of comments anyway, which is fine. Not complaining. Either way. So just saying. Either way, that's a few redstone things that I'm doing right now. I'll probably be building some more, so be sure to check that out. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.